Considerable severe thunderstorm warning for Coke, Sterling, and Greene County, Texas. This is for tennis ball size hail back here now. So Sterling City, tennis ball size hail coming in. The velocity signatures are starting to look even more concerning now with our storm now moving across the border between Oklahoma and Arkansas. If I'm in Decatur, Arkansas, I'm very concerned about this big time storm that's crossing over near Cherokee City now. It's going to go over Iona and then into Decatur. If it continues to strengthen in this way, we are likely going to see a big tornado come through Decatur, unfortunately. Yeah, get ready in Decatur, Arkansas. That's not a good look. It looks to me like definitely our storm along the border between Kansas and Oklahoma. It looks like that's almost certainly going outflow dominant at this point, which is good in terms of the fact that we might not see as much of a tornado threat in the immediate future. However, it's not so good because this is going to bring about some big-time damaging winds for Caney, Owen, and Copan in Oklahoma there. Go ahead, Elijah.
Hey Ryan, and just like that, as the Storm Prediction Center was thinking about it, they issued a severe thunderstorm watch for that area down in central West Texas.
All right, thank you, Elijah. Here's the graphic on that. Apple size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, frequent lightning. San Angelo, Colma, Big Lake, Ozona. What was that? Yeah. Go ahead, Elijah.
Hey Ryan, also we've been live long enough that the new
A new
SPC Day
tornado
1
warning
outlook
has
just
been
came out.
issued.
It's enhanced risk.
Okay. We also just got a new tornado warning for Osage and Washington counties in Oklahoma. This is associated with the big damaging wind and potential tornado storm that's coming through Copan and Coffeyville and Lempena over the next, or Lenape, sorry, over the next 41 minutes. So as soon as I get the graphics up here, I'll show you the new day one. It's 2 a.m. local. It's 1 a.m. Central. 6Z. It's way past my bedtime, y'all. But we're kicking along. Oh, I'm forgetting to hit my buttons and everything. I'm seeing colors in the lights that aren't there. But we're good. We're here for you until these things start to die out a little bit, and they are starting to do that. But every once in a while, you'll look at this and be like, "Wait, no, they're not." Decatur, Arkansas, you guys are really in a dangerous spot. I think you should be in your safe spot if you haven't gotten there already. Really significant damage coming from Brian M. Finger. Horrible situation as Memorial Day campers at the KOA campground east of Claremore was hit by a tornado. Multiple entrapments and rescues ongoing. Go ahead, Elijah.
Hey Ryan, that storm that just crossed into Arkansas is now on the ground. Deep CC drop.
All right, thank you, Elijah. This is the one that we were just talking about here. We can now see through the correlation coefficient, once again, a debris signature, a tornado debris signature moving into Iona and eventually Decatur. So we've been hooting and hollering about Decatur, not for no reason. This is the real deal. Please take shelter if you haven't already. Right now, that tornado, once again, just past the border there, near. Uh, Honestly, it's not near a lot of things, but one of the places that is technically near is the University of Health and Performance, right along the Oklahoma and Arkansas border. It's moving in the general direction of Decatur. Once again, it's going to have to cross over the Chestnut Hill Farm. It's going to have to cross over Farm Spring Roads. And if this comes into Decatur, okay, if this actually makes it all the way over there to Decatur, which it very likely will, it'll enter town on the side where either the Decatur Park is, or a little bit farther north to up there where the Decatur Assembly of God Church is, big church. Anywhere in between there, that's where the tornado could come into Decatur at. Now, it could also continue to go up towards the Benton County Government Building near Veterans Park and Edmondson Park, and then move on up there towards.
New information, this tornado warning has been upgraded.
Move on up there towards the Simmon Foods feed mill. PDS tornado warning now. PDS tornado warning. We had a large damaging tornado on the ground here moving into Decatur. Decatur, Arkansas. Way back yonder, when the storm looked like this still, we were talking about Decatur. We were telling people to take shelter. All we can do at this point is hope that actually happened, because this thing is big. It's another one doing a huge damage cycle here. This is honestly one of the more impressive and clear to see correlation coefficient drops that we've seen. Definitely big time damage being done right now west of Ionia, moving towards Decatur in Arkansas. Currently, that tornado is near the Falling Spring Cemetery.
A new PDS severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
PDS severe thunderstorm in Montgomery County, Kansas there. But yeah, we got a debris-inducing storm coming into Decatur right now. There is a tornado on the ground. It's very obvious. So we need you to take shelter if you haven't already. Once again, this will come in to Decatur on the side where we've got the Decatur Assembly of God Church and the Decatur Park. There is a chance this crosses the road a little bit to the west. Okay, so let's hope that misses the town of Decatur. If it does, we're pretty concerned about the FNA group. We've got to be worried about the Dairy Barn Market, the Decatur Elementary School, Benton County Government Building, the Simmons Food Feed Mill, big time plant there that's in the path of this thing. We also have to be continuously concerned about places like the ENR Steel Erectors area, Rockaberry Farm, and even the American Canine Academy up there north of Wolf Creek. Any of these places could be in the direct path of this tornado. Everything that I'm talking about right now is in Arkansas. If you're just now tuning in, Arkansas.
Hey, Ryan, when you have a second about the Arkansas storm?
Go ahead.
I looked at maps there for the path of that. Looks like it's going just north of Decatur. There's a river valley right there that it seems to be tracking along. That could lead to the conservation of angular momentum. They're being tightened by a small lower elevation path for the tornado, essentially, that it's extending down into. So I believe that's why it's so intense right now. Just north of town, I think is slightly less populated, as you've been noting in your mesoscale. So just to look into what's happening there.
Absolutely. Thank you, meteorologist Andy Hill, for chiming in here. Here's what he's talking about. If I zoom out here on the maps, you can see the river valley right in here, very apparent, and that is around the the area that the path that the tornado is taking right now. It's not going to follow that exactly. Obviously, we don't want you to think that if you're not in or near that valley that you're not going to get hit by the tornado, but certainly some local mesoscale features, influencing the tornado there. Rockaberry Farm, once again, is a pretty good indicator of where this thing's going to try to go soon, if it hasn't already hit there. Rockaberry Farm, Sycamore Storage, Three Bends Farm. If this thing, so it's right now, it's got a little bit of a stationary look to it, or maybe even a northeast kind of movement to it. If that continues to be the case, it'll also eventually try to go up towards Best Tools and the Georgia Cemetery. Debris with this thing is up to 21,000 feet. Go ahead, Elijah.
Hey Ryan, there looks to be potentially twin tornadoes on the ground, one right next to Decatur and one just the original circulation we were looking at. It looks like it might be an anticyclonic tornado. Some of the analysts were pointing out a large TDS with that as well now.
Thank you, Elijah. This has been something that we've been noting with some of our more powerful tornadoes that we've been tracking here this spring. A very common feature, it seems like this year. Big tornado right here to the west and north of Decatur, and then an anticyclonic circulation really close to Decatur now. So, doesn't really matter to the people of Decatur which one of those ends up hitting town. It looks like either one of those are going to be a pretty dangerous situation for our residents out here. So hopefully everybody in Decatur is still in your safe spots, as there's a 1-2 punch happening here. A big-time tornado lifting debris near Ionia. Thankfully, not moving towards Decatur. It looks almost stalled out, in a sense, over Highway 102 there. But unfortunately now another circulation here entering town on the southern side, still down there near that park, that would, continue to, cause additional problems and even cause more damage in Decatur. But either way, it's a tornado. Hopefully everybody in this whole area is underground right now. If things continue to move in the way that it looks like they're moving, that anticyclonic circulation, or that more southeasternly circulation, is going to be down there around Decatur Park, RMZ Auto Sales, and Buckner Avenue. That'll eventually go up towards Taste of Eden and the Bible Trail and the post office. Okay, if you know where the post office is there east of Decatur, that could be, where that other circulation ends up going towards. Additionally, the bigger circulation, the one that's got the big debris The larger debris, signal with it is just now making it across 102, Highway 102 up there, north and west of Decatur, and it's kind of getting close to the Word Cemetery at this point. Word Cemetery, next Rockaberry Farm, Justice for Joe. And if it keeps gravitating off to the north like that, maybe downstream it might make it to the Ozarks Community Hospital. So I don't want to, say that that's going to happen, but that would be something that it could hit on the south side of Gravette there if it continues to go that way. So just get ready, I guess, if you are in Ozarks Community Hospital, if you know anybody up there. The last couple of frames here indicate to me that could be the direction that this tornado tries to go. Hopefully it doesn't, or it either dissipates or moves farther to the east. But it is possible that this goes in the general direction of the Ozarks Community Hospital up there near Gravette. Go ahead, Elijah.
Hey Ryan, so I think we actually have triplets on the ground. There looks to be maybe potentially a satellite tornado around the northern tornado that does have a CC drop with it as well. It's very clear now on CC on the latest scan, right next to Gravette, I think.
Okay, thank you, Elijah. Unfortunately, that would also be right there around the Ozarks Community Hospital. So if it's not the big one, then it's this other one. Like, this is crazy, y'all. This is like literally, we have one storm producing maybe 3 tornadoes here in and around the Decatur area in northwestern Arkansas. All 3 areas of rotation causing damage signatures. And they're moving erratically, deviant motion. There's not like a singular, like linear line that we can follow with any of these things. So, yeah, anybody and everybody in and around Decatur right now needs to be in their safe spots. We've got a carousel of tornadoes flying around, and it's a pretty dangerous situation. Gravette, you guys need to be in your safe spot. Hiwassee, Decatur, Mason Valley, Gentry, Bloomfield, all of these places are in the direct path of this weirdly dangerous storm with a lot of different rotating areas. Tornado warning for areas just north of Bartlesville continues. Bartlesville, this is probably going to go to your north. This is the tornado threat with this has gone down quite a bit, but the damaging wind threat's gone up quite a bit. 70-mile-per-hour winds possible in Copan and Lenape over the next little bit. There's no other tornado warnings, so we're going to be focused, I think, on this Arkansas warning for quite some time. Go ahead, Elijah.
Hey Ryan, so it's not on the ground yet, but it may soon. It actually looks like on the exact opposite side of that triplet tornado I pointed out, there might be another tornado trying to form. If that touches down, we would have quads on the ground. But there is another like rotation right behind that northern one, like on the south west side of it.
All right. Okay. I mean, there's once again, it's becoming almost kind of redundant and pointless to get deep down into the mesoscale at this point, because there's just so much going on in such a wide area, and we have new tornadoes constantly, popping down and lifting, and we got to, this one, that one, this one, that one. Just know that there's at least 3, maybe 4 tornadoes trying to do damage here in and around the Decatur area. The easiest to track one, and the most apparent one is that larger, probably the parent circulation here near Ionia, west of Decatur, moving up towards Gravette. Okay, that one's the one that it might be trying to cause some trouble around the Ozarks Community Hospital, Georgia Cemetery, Howdy Points, that area. And then a huge zone outside of that, there's a couple of other tornadoes that are causing problems as well in and around Decatur, Gentry, over back towards Cherokee City as well. So we just need everybody in that whole zone to be sheltered. So once again, if you're just now tuning in, if you've been awoken by somebody, I know it's early in the morning, it's late at night, however you want to look at it. We have a really intense storm here near Decatur, Arkansas, producing multiple tornadoes all at the same time. We have seemingly 4 tornado debris signatures here. Like seriously, 4 different tornadoes down at the same time, between Decatur, Cherokee City, and Gravette in Arkansas. This whole area could be experiencing tornado damage, and that part of the storm is moving up towards Bentonville at some point here. Hopefully this thing starts to calm down and goes a little bit more outflow dominant before then. But we can't guarantee that, of course. So yeah, Bentonville, y'all need to watch out. And Rogers in Arkansas. This is the next area where we might see a new tornado warning. Bentonville is not under a tornado warning yet. However, I think that you probably should be, and you probably will be here soon. Y'all, we're entering hour 10 of our coverage. I've got water here. I'm well hydrated. But I need some motivation. I'll be right back. Give me just a second. Let's stand up, y'all.